Jainism, the ancient path of peace, non-violence and liberation. In a world torn by conflict, what if there existed a path so pure it forbade harming even an end? A faith where forgiveness is sacred and non-violence extends to every thought? This is Jainism, one of humanity's oldest and most profound spiritual traditions that emphasizes inner peace and liberation through rigorous self-discipline. Jainism, also known as Jain Dharma, originated in India at least 2500 years ago and potentially much earlier. It is a faith rooted in deep spirituality, non-violence and self-discipline. According to Jain tradition, Rishabh-dev, the ninth incarnation of Lord Vishnu, is regarded as the founder of Jainism in the present half cycle of time. He is the first Tirthankara of the present Chovishi cycle of 24 Tirthankaras, with Lord Mahavira being the 24th one. Unlike religions founded by the prophets, Jainism believes in truth and considers it rediscovered in each era by the Tirthankaras, perfect beings who attain moksha, liberation. Jainism traces its spiritual lineage through these 24 Tirthankaras, who are considered supreme preachers of Dharma. The religion is believed to be an eternal Dharma with a succession of enlightened beings emerging in every cosmic time cycle to guide humanity towards righteousness and spiritual liberation. The core principles of Jainism. The foundation of Jain philosophy rests on three main pillars. 1. Ahinsa, non-violence. The most fundamental principle of Jainism. Ahimsa extends beyond physical harm to include non-violence in thoughts, words and deeds. Jains believe in absolute respect for all living beings, from the smallest microorganisms to the largest creatures, making Jainism one of the strictest religions in terms of ethical and moral discipline. 2. Aparigraha, non-possessiveness. Jains advocate minimalism and detachment to material possessions. This principle discourages excessive attachment to wealth, power, and worldly desires, emphasizing self-discipline and spiritual progress. 3. Anekatva, non-absolutism. This principle teaches us that truth and relativity are multifaceted and cannot be fully comprehensible by any single perspective. It promotes open-mindedness, tolerance, and acceptance of diverse viewpoints. The ultimate spiritual goal of Jainism is to break free from the endless cycle of birth and death, samsara, and attain moksha, liberation, a state of eternal bliss and omniscience. The rigorous practices of Jainism. Jainism is one of the strictest and most disciplined religions in the world. Its followers adhere to rigorous ethical and spiritual practices to purify their souls. The progress towards enlightenment. Strict dietary rules. Jains follow a vegetarian diet which excludes root vegetables, avoid harming tiny or living organisms in soil. Many Jains also observe veganism and avoid violence against dairy animals. Fasting and austerities. Jains observe fasting on religious days as an act of self-discipline and purification. Some of the most devout Jains undertake severe fasting practices, such as Santhara, voluntary fasting unto death, as a spiritual vow to attain liberation. Avoidance of night eating. Jains do not eat after sunset, as consuming food at night may unintentionally kill microorganisms, violating the principle of Ahinsa. Religious observances. Jains visit temples, derasar, for prayers and worship of the Tirthankaras. They also attend upashrayas, where Jain saints, monks and nuns imparts spiritual teachings and wisdom. Religious chanting. Jains chant the sacred Naukar Mahamantra and consider it highly auspicious, helping people cross the ocean of the materialistic world. Paryushan Parva, the holiest Jain festival. Just as Hindus consider the month of Shravan to be sacred, Jains regard Paryushan Parva as the most auspicious festival of their faith. The 8-day festival is a period of deep introspection, penance and spiritual renewal. The 8th and final Paryushan Parva is called Samvatsari, the holiest day in Jainism. On this day, Jains engage in severe austerities and fasting. Many Jains observe rigorous fasting as a form of self-discipline and spiritual purification. Pratikraman, repentance ritual. Jains perform this sacred ritual to seek forgiveness for their sins and non-meritorious actions committed throughout the year through thoughts, words and deeds. Michchami Dukkadam. At the end of Pratikraman, Jains exchange this greeting, which means, "May all my misdeeds be forgiven." This act of seeking and granting forgiveness reinforces the Jain belief in living a life free from resentment, grudges and animosity. The power of forgiveness in Jainism. Jainism places immense importance on forgiveness as a means of purifying the soul. There is a profound saying, "Forgiveness is a sublime personality trait that immediately releases all bitterness from the mind." It is a favor we do not to the other person but to ourselves. Jains believe that by sincerely forgiving and seeking forgiveness, one can dissolve karmic bonds and progress spiritually. This practice of universal compassion and non-violence makes Jainism one of the most ethically refined religions in the world. The influence of Jainism. Jainism is among the hardest religions to follow. Its ascetic ideals demand extraordinary commitment. Because of this, despite the profound teachings, Jainism remains one of the lesser followed religions, with an estimate of 4 to 5 million adherents, mostly residing in India. However, the number of followers does not diminish the significance of this great religion. Jain philosophy and principles have influenced countless individuals, including world leaders and thinkers such as Mahatma Gandhi, who adopted Ahinsa as a core tenet of his non-violent resistance movement, embracing Jain teachings in daily life. Jainism teaches one to lead a life of the highest moral and ethical standards. The principles of Jainism are not confined to a specific culture. They are universal values that resonate with people seeking a moral, more peaceful and meaningful existence. Whether or not one follows the religion formally, its core values of non-violence, self-discipline, forgiveness, and non-attachment offer profound lessons for humanity. As good and righteous human beings, we should strive to incorporate these teachings into our daily lives. By embracing non-violence, being tolerant toward different viewpoints, minimizing materialistic cravings, and practicing compassion, we can elevate ourselves spiritually and contribute to a more peaceful world. The ultimate reward for following such a path is moksha, liberation from the cycle of life and death. A life lived in alignment with Jain principles is a step towards attaining eternal peace and ultimate enlightenment. Finally, remember, every act of non-violence brings us closer to establishing world peace. What aspects of Jainism resonate with you the most? Please share your thoughts and reflections in the comments below. If this video has helped to inspire you, please like it, share it, and subscribe for more explorations into the world's diverse spiritual traditions. Thank you for joining me on this religious journey. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.